Have you ever felt?
Damn.
You're watching the Inspire Nepal show. I'm your host Dinesh Roka, and on the show we have Miss Bhabika Lopchan, who is a professional network marketer. She finished a master's degree in natural science from UCL, and she currently lives in southeast of London. Bhabika, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Dinesh. I'm very happy to be here.
You're welcome. I've known you for a few years now, and you've got this energy, this excitement, and this drive towards your career. And I'm very curious about what goes in your head and your mindset, your philosophy in life, and also how you deal with day-to-day challenges, as well as dealing with failures and rejection that goes on in your world. We'll come back to that. Were you always driven and excited and so passionate about life in general, even when you're young?
Thank you very much for. I'll take it as a compliment that I'm very excited and passionate. That's people can see as well, because I really feel excited and passionate from inside about life and what I want to do later. Yes, to go back to my early days, as far as I can remember, I was excited and determined, because I really liked everything, and wherever I participated, it can be academic, non-academic, sports and anything, I made sure that I practiced, and I was determined to win, because winning is great, right? And you get appreciation from everyone, you get prizes and all. So I made sure I won, and that's how I won. I got some the prizes, and that gave me more excitement, and the cycle went on till now. But still, during that time, after schools, when I slowly grew up and saw the real world, where there were a lot of problems, and that I was quite lost as well. But still, I was lucky enough to come across great books which helped me to teach a lot of lessons, and one of them is like excitement, happiness, these kind of things, all the positive emotions you want. These are all your choice. No one can take away from you. You can choose to own that and choose to become happy and excited. That's how I now have trained myself to be consciously choose to be excited and happy.
That's a great way of thinking. So you were always ahead in class. I'm guessing were you like a student, because you said you were always winning, and I think that's how you got your recognition and respect and love.
I think you are reading my mind. Yes, I was. I was very ambitious and determined since young age, and that's how I got first in the classes, and yeah.
That's good. Where did you live in Nepal?
In one of the beautiful city called Pokhara, which is a neighboring city of Kathmandu. Yeah. That's
interesting, because my first guest was also from Pokhara. You guys probably know each other. But when did you move to UK then? Probably around 2006-07, I'm guessing. Yeah,
I exactly remember the date and how I came with my family. It was 6th of May 2006.
What was your first impression like?
Impression, I did have some expectations, I don't know, but because I used to see UK, the pictures of my dad, but that was the first time I came, right? But I missed Nepal so much during my early days, because I had just finished my education, which is equivalent to GCSE level in UK, and that was the time to enjoy with friends, just travel and all. But that time I came here and I missed my friends and everyone, but especially because I love natural beauty, and coming from a city which is surrounded by Himalayas, hills, it's a valley and natural lakes and all. I miss those natural beauty here in the UK, and I used to feel so sad because I only saw tall buildings or just houses and artificial things. Yeah,
I can imagine. So in terms of lifestyle, let's say, would you prefer to live back in Nepal or here?
This question, I again want to relate to what I said earlier, that you can make, wherever you live, you can make that place the way you want. You can choose to use the best resources and the opportunities available and help available and make most out of it. So I guess, yeah, I would be doing my best and being my best wherever I would be. I'm just telling from my own experience, yeah, whether it's Nepal or UK or anywhere.
Mm-hmm. You then, after coming to UK, you went to college and stuff like that, and you took science, natural science in university, and did your master's degree in natural science.
Mm-hmm.
What made you take that subject? Is there some reason, or did you just go with the flow?
There is definitely a reason, and when I was young, because I was very academic, I used to say that I want to be a doctor, because I chose what I knew, whatever was available. But after I came here, I found there are more options as well in science. I do like other subjects as well, but in order to choose, I like science more. It's very interesting for me, and that's how. But it was very hard for me to just choose one stream. So when I discovered about natural science, when I went to the Open University of Cambridge University, I was so happy because I was able to choose combined sciences together with maths, because I love maths as well. And yeah, and that's how I decided there that, yeah, that's what I'm going to study, which will open up my career or career doors more by having lots of knowledge about different sciences. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then something interesting happened in your life. You finished your degree, or master's degree, and then you went into, business, entrepreneurship, and network marketing industry, which is for someone for someone, it's silly and it's like kind of stupid, because you've spent so many years studying and for your subject and for your career, and then you suddenly take a different path. How did that come about? Would you say that was planned, or it was just a coincidence, or?
I guess everything, because everything happens for a good reason, and you are meant to do something in your life. And when you listen to your inner voice, so what actually happened was, after I finished my master's degree, 4 years at university, I felt that whoever I was surrounded by, friends, families, or whatever I knew, I didn't see myself doing any of that, because from deep inside me, I felt and I knew that I was meant to do something different, which I yet to find and see and find what is that. So what I did, I took few months off. I even didn't do any part-time job or anything. I really wanted to know what I really wanted. In order to know what I really wanted, I had to find out who I am and where I was and where I want to go, right? So yes, at that time I found that writing CV, covering letter, and working under someone else wasn't for me. I didn't wanted to work with the same people in the same place. What I wanted was to become boss of myself, travel, and surround myself with encouraging, positive people, uplifting people, and who knows a lot from whom I can learn so much, and make so much money as well, because I definitely wanted to give back to my parents more than they expect from me. I love giving back so much to my family, because they have done so much. Yes, there are so many things. I found out what I wanted. That's how, I don't know if you have heard about law of attraction. I now feel and believe that I attracted the company I'm into to my life. And as soon as I saw it, I felt my calling, and I just got started, and yeah, took it from there. And that's the best thing that happened to me. That totally turned my life.
That's a great story. So you went with your gut feeling. Mm-hmm. So your intuition told you that you need to take that path and not follow the traditional route. But did you get any resistance from, let's say, your family, because they, they raised you, they, help you go to school, college, and they've seen you go to uni for 4 years, and then finally maybe they were very proud of you, when you got that master's degree, and then you suddenly took a different path. There must be, definitely must be shocked and surprised. So maybe you had some resistance there.
You are right, because people, I believe, yeah, if your loved ones are doing something which you have no idea about, you feel very insecure, and yeah, you don't want to see them struggle, because you won't be the one to you can't give advice to them how to the right path, right? So you want them to do something where you can have some experience, or you have seen someone has already done it. And for me, it was a very biggest challenge I had to overcome. The first challenge I had to overcome after I decided to come into this industry, network marketing industry. So the only thing my family knew was, in terms of making money, is to get a job, and the only job I can do in their knowledge is in my own field, which is science. So they were very, very, very skeptical, negative, unsupportive. Yes, but for me, I also thought being in their shoes. So if I were in their shoes, maybe I would have reacted the same as well, because I wouldn't have known anything to say, right? And I would have resisted. But from my own side, I liked it. I saw the opportunity. I made the successful people, and I wanted to become one of them. I could visualize myself being one of them. So I just couldn't wait to get started and just do the necessary steps and get the result and prove myself. And I knew from inside that the sooner I can get started and prove myself, my loved ones, they will be happy to see me being happy. So yes.
So now you've got the support of your family now, because they've seen you grow as a person, and they've seen you become successful, and your mom, your dad, both of them support you now a lot now.
They have become more open minded as compared to before I did this industry, but there's so much more to show and prove to them. But yes, the level of support I'm getting as compared to the beginning, I'm very grateful and happy for them. Yes.
That's great. In our culture, when we talk about business and entrepreneurship, or whether it's network marketing, we relate that with especially men. And even though there are equal opportunities for both men and women, and even though women's right has improved significantly, we still rarely see many women, going into entrepreneurship and going into network marketing or business. Why do you think that is? Is it just a culture thing, or is there more to it?
There's definitely a cultural thing as well, because I know I think in UK and in the city areas of Nepal as well, the females, they have stepped up, but yet still so much has to be done in terms of gender equality, in opportunities and in entrepreneurship, right? So culture-wise, there is some still male domination still, but I will not blame the male so for this, what I would like to say is why that's the case is because the female themselves, they need to step up. They need to speak out for themselves, for their own. They need to realize that they have so much potential and they can do as well, and believe in that rather than waiting for someone else's approval. So that's the case. And other thing is, females are doing, they are diversifying in other professions, but in terms of business, entrepreneurialism, and network marketing industry especially, I think people are still very, not only women, but also men and different age groups, they are very uneducated about this profession. That's why they are very skeptical, and they have fear of loss, fear of unknown, fear of unknown, because they don't know what they don't know, right? So I guess because of this, and but as soon as they know the right information about this profession, they will be able to make the right judgment, and they may feel like that's for them, and they may become a part of this and take on. It's all about lack of education and all.
Yeah, definitely. Having said all this, I think I do believe the women are stepping forward nowadays, especially in UK. You know, they're doing like fashion design, and they're doing even business, and taking different subject which wasn't traditionally accepted before. So before the accepted traditional route was, you know, doctor, engineer, nurse, accountant, and just, you know, the normal careers. But now people are going to different area, media, music. So it's getting there. We're getting there slowly.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have any role models? I'm talking about female role models in Nepal.
There are many role models I do have.
Give me one name.
Wow. Okay. Okay. If I have to select just one, I would say Parizat. If you know her, or definitely the audience, some of them they may know. She is a very prominent figure in Nepalese literature, and I was in class 9 when I was able to read her biography, and I was so inspired by the way she lived her life, and at her best, irrespective of her physical challenges, and she also lost her family members, even her husband, and so many social challenges. No matter whatever happened to her, she didn't let that stop and progress in her creative side. She still kept on writing and produce a lot of and expose her talents in her creation, in her creativity, and that inspired me so much. And I was like, if someone like her with so many obstacles can still do that. One of the other thing of Parizat, what I'm very proud of, is because of her creation, Siris Kuful, which is called the Blue Mimosa in English, is included in the syllabus of Maryland University in USA, and that's she was able to introduce Nepal internationally, and that's how I took from there, decided that I want to use my talent, potential, and ability at my best, and recognize Nepal internationally through me. And yes, that's why she's one of my role models.
Do you have any?
I do have.
Yeah,
you're asking in terms of females, right?
Yeah, females.
There are many role models. Okay, in terms of females, do I only have to choose one?
Yeah, only choose one.
Wow. Oprah Winfrey, I'm a huge fan of her. Yeah, she inspires me so much. I didn't know her properly until I came into the industry I'm into, and so I got to know her, read about her, watch her videos, and yes, I learned a lot from her. The way she sees life and inspire many people through the stories of many people. I just love her, and one of my dreams is also to meet her.
I love Oprah too. I mean, she's gone through a lot, you know, sexual violence at home and things like that. She's an inspiration to not just women, but all people all over the world, and she's one of the most top influential people.
Yeah,
I can see you becoming a great role model in our community. But what is your philosophy on life?
First of all, I would like to say thank you very much that you can see that my future, which I live every day to be the role model for many, not only for women, but for many. In terms of philosophy of life, there are many things I have, but in order to say few, I have an abundant mindset. So I may not have achieved in terms of different aspects of life yet, but there is abundant. So if maybe in terms of for money, I may not have, I may not be a millionaire now, but there's so much out there. If I believe in that, I'm willing to work for that. So I have an abundant mindset, so I will not waste my time. I don't waste my time thinking of that, oh, this is it for me, or I can't, maybe I don't deserve. No, 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 that's not. So, and the other thing is, I feel good no matter what I do, or no matter what happens, what others do to me or don't do to me. So we got to enjoy the journey of life, right? So I feel good, and I make sure that I learn each and every day. So there is an app which was introduced by my younger sister. It's called Greed Diary, and I use that every single day and write down what I learned every single day, what I was grateful for, and what I could achieve. So I make sure I learn every single day. And lastly, what I would like to say is I consciously choose to see good in every situation and every people. I am on the way. I'm not. Whatever I'm saying, that's what I live by, right? But I am slowly progressing to master those. The day I master, the day I achieve all my goals, right? So, but I do my best to see good in every people, every situation. That's how I feel good most of the time, and stay excited and happy, and yes, and learn from that.
That's a beautiful philosophy right there. Let me slightly change the topic now. I want to talk about some, challenges that women in our community go through generally. What do you think Nepalese women, like especially the age between, I don't know, teenage or 20s, what do they go through? What are some of the challenges they go through? And you can maybe bring some challenges that you went through in your own life, and how can they overcome them?
Wow, that's an interesting question. I can only talk from my own experience and what I have experienced or what I've seen in others in person. So I don't know much about Nepalese women at the moment after I came from UK. So for now, I think one of the biggest challenge women needs to be aware of is body image. So in terms of body image, for me, I would like to share about my own story, one story which I faced in my own life. So I always used to be bigger in size as compared to my colleagues, and so in order to avoid calling me moti, which is called which is fat in English, I used to skip meals and diet, and but I didn't hamper that skipping meals to my academics. So I still did my best, and I still achieved my good grades. But there was a moment when I was in class 8. I was so weak. I finished my last district level of education examination, but after I finished that, I was so weak internally. I was diagnosed as double typhoid, so I had to be hospitalized and be in treatment, and I became so weak, and at that time I also got my result, and I was the only one to achieve distinction in my class, and my madam principal, she called me to congratulate me. I was so happy that my hard work paid off, but I was also sad because I couldn't celebrate with my loved ones. I was the only one at hospital, so I cried. I cried because of happiness as well as sadness of my health, and that was the moment I decided to take my health not as granted, but to appreciate what I had, and not look body image as only slim is good. But I want to give importance healthy health as a goal. So to look after fitness, good nutrition, and no matter and be comfortable with your size as long as you're healthy and you are working out as well, and playing sports. That's what we need to accept.
What advice would you give to female in general who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs?
Before I answer this question, I would like to say that I think most people, when they hear the term entrepreneur and just get to know a little bit on just the surface, it's very cool to hear, where no one tells you your words. Yeah, you are your own boss, and you are free to do. You have your freedom, right? But the challenges and the advice, there are many challenges, and the advice what I would like to give to the aspiring females out there is make sure that you know that you definitely want to do that. And if you have decided to become an entrepreneur, then you need to have a bulletproof mindset, because so many people will not understand you. People will think you are crazy. And let me tell you, only crazy people make crazy money. So be crazy enough to be crazy about your idea. Be very passionate, and the value you will be giving to your family, to the society, and the community and the world. It has to give some value. You also need to invest in yourself so much than in your business, because we need to grow day after day and keep up with the growing technology and everything in your field. And the other biggest advice I would like to give is, definitely you will not know everything, and you will need to ask help from the role models, from the mentors, or whoever you usually take advice from. But make sure that whoever you ask help from, they know they are credible people in your field. If they are not, then they are just giving you opinion. It's not the real advice that will help you. It may help you, but in most cases it will not. So they may be all well-wishers, but they will not be able to give you the professional advice you are needing. So it's very important to know who you're taking advice from. And the most important thing is, it's very for you to progress and be consistent enough and make it to a victory, you must believe in yourselves. You must 100% and become self-responsible as well, and don't wait someone to give you approval whether you're right or wrong, or whether you should continue or not. You need to feel from inside that you are doing the right thing, and for the right reasons, and taking advice from right people, and believe in that, and you for sure you'll get to your destination.
Yeah, great advice. It's not easy to become entrepreneur, especially in the marketing industry, and you've probably gone through a lot of challenges. Mm-hmm. How do you face failures and rejection in particular?
Okay, before, what I used to do is, whenever I failures and was in my low moment, I wrote, and I still write, and I write whatever happened to my knowledge, and in as detailed as possible. So as soon as I finished my writing, I become so light, and that's how I can think more from different angles, right? And that's how solutions comes as well. If I may or may not know the exact how to solve it, but I will definitely know who to ask help from. So that's how I go, and if I know, I just take the action of the solution without wasting any time about the problems, because once problem and problems or obstacle has taken place, it's happened. We can't change the past. What we can do change is be someone who can take action for the solution now and solve it as soon as possible. That's how I do it.
That sounds like a great idea. I might try that as well. So you put your problems and stress onto the paper so that you can look from the distance, and you can see a bigger picture.
Yeah, because
so you can respond instead of reacting to it.
Because if we try to solve or react as soon as the problems have taken place, we will be so much attached emotionally, and when the emotion is high, our logic acts low. It's in low state. So we got to be in peace and be able to think from different angles. Yes, try it.
One thing, if you had to say one thing to women all over the world, what would that be?
Wow, one thing. I would like to say that be an example by being your best self. You are the only unique person in the whole world, the whole universe. So we don't need to compare with each other. Just be your best self and be an example. You can either be an example or a warning. So which one do you want to be?
I love that, and I like how you said be your best self, because the normal advice that we get is be yourself, which doesn't really make sense. Because imagine if someone is not confident and has low self-esteem and has, negative thoughts in their mind all the time, and if we say be yourself to that person, he's gonna be negative and low self-esteem, right? So I think be your best self should be the right advice, and I like how you said that.
Can I add something little more? Yeah, definitely the way you elaborate is amazing. And I want to just talk a little bit about emotional intelligence, if you have come across that, which is most people, they think the intelligent people can achieve everything, but at this day and age, only emotional intelligent people can achieve higher position, higher in all different aspects of life, because what that means is we got to be able to handle manage our emotions depending on the situations, and not becoming too happy when we achieve success or too sad when we have failure, and just have a faith that everything will be fine, and just keep going and understanding. So this is very important as an entrepreneur or for all the women.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that topic, emotional intelligence, because the society and the educational institute is only focused on IQ, intellectual intelligence, and we're not taught emotional intelligence in school or uni. We have to learn that ourselves, and most people don't have the opportunity to learn that. They don't read the books, or maybe they don't find the mentors. But thank you that you brought that topic. Finally, where do you see yourself 10 years from now? I know that's a long time, but knowing you as a person, I'm sure you have plans way, further in the future as well.
Wow, 10 years is a long time, isn't it? It is. I have a book where I have written 127 goals at the moment.
Really?
But yeah, and by 10 years, I hope and I believe that most of them, 50% of that will be ticked. And what are in that goals? by 10 years, I will have read the books which I'm hoping to read, which will help me a lot to develop myself in different aspects of life, and mostly as a person. And okay, I think I forgot to tell. I just want to recommend one book to especially to the entrepreneur, people who wants to take entrepreneur route. Or take a business, and also especially in order to know more about money, there is a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and that's the first book I read after I got into my industry, and that totally opened my life, and that's how I'm reading more and more and understanding the way money works. Talking about my 10-year goal again, I will definitely be multimillionaire for sure, and who knows, billionaire by 10 years. And and definitely I will have my family, happy, quality, beautiful family by that time with kids. I love kids. And yes, I love giving back to society so much. And so as established philanthropist, and I love especially giving back to children and helping them to make them a better human being and give them more moral lessons, and also travel most of the places because I love traveling and adventures. Yes.
That's great. Yeah, I love everything you said, and like always, I love your passion, and I love being around people who are passionate and positive because I get that energy, I get that vibe from them, and it makes me feel good as well. It's always good to be around those kind of people. But Bhabika, thank you so much for being on our show. I've always looked up to you and respected you, and I feel really privileged and honored to be in the presence of such a strong woman like yourself. And I've always been around strong women, my mother being one, my sisters, my aunts, my grandmothers, and that tells me that, women truly are strong when they truly believe in themselves, and you're a classic example. And again, thank you so much for being in our show. Wish you good luck on all your ventures and your goals and your dreams, and finally, hope to see you soon. Maybe in 2 years' time, we'll invite you back on the show and we'll have a conversation again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Damn.